So, let's count down the top 5 things Season 4 really needs to focus on, or at least the moments that could define this chapter. Because if the past 3 seasons have taught us anything, it's that the right blend of personal struggles, cultural depth, and emotional payoffs is what makes Bridgerton shine. Flashbacks of Sophie's childhood. One of the most exciting things Season 4 can offer is a deeper dive into Sophie Beck's early life. In Julia Quinn's novel An Offer from a Gentleman, Sophie often reflects on her childhood before Araminta, her cruel stepmother, entered the picture. However, visual storytelling on screen is very different from reflections on a page. If the show takes those fleeting thoughts and expands them into proper flashbacks, it could give viewers a whole new level of connection to Sophie. Flashbacks have already been used effectively in the show. In Season 1, Episode 2, Shock and Delight, we saw Simon Bassett's painful upbringing and how it shaped his refusal to have children. Then, in Season 2, A Bee in Your Bonnet, Anthony's memories of his father's sudden death explained why he felt pressured into marrying Edwina despite loving Kate. So, the series has already proven that flashbacks work brilliantly when it comes to fleshing out characters' motivations. If Season 4 uses this technique for Sophie, it can highlight her resilience and determination to rise above her circumstances. Sophie is more than just a love interest for Benedict, she's someone who fought for her dignity in a world that constantly tried to take it away. She wouldn't want to be Benedict's mistress if she showed scenes from her childhood because it would show how hard she has worked to build her self-respect. Even though it is a minor detail, incorporating Sophie's memories into the narrative would give her romance with Benedict a more nuanced flavor. It would transform their tale from a straightforward Cinderella retelling into something unique to Bridgerton, one that was profound, moving, and certain to leave an indelible impression. Including Sophie's Korean upbringing, another huge opportunity lies in fully embracing Sophie Beck's Korean background. In Season 2, when Simone Ashley was cast as Kate Sharma, the show cleverly adapted the book character to reflect Kate's Indian heritage. The series included cultural elements like the haldi ceremony before the wedding and small but meaningful language choices, such as Kate and Edwina referring to their father as Appa and each other as Didi and Bon. This wasn't just surface-level representation either. Although not every detail was perfect, those choices enriched Kate's character and gave audiences a version of her that felt more layered than the original Kate Sheffield. With Yaren Ha now playing Sophie, the same kind of authentic storytelling can happen again. If Season 4 really leans into this, Sophie's story could mirror Kate's in the sense that both women were enriched, not erased, by their heritage. That way, Sophie Beck isn't just a stand-in for the Cinderella figure, she becomes someone whose cultural identity shapes her strength, resilience, and love story. Making Posey Lee a permanent family member of the Bridgertons. Let's discuss Posey Lee, one of the most underappreciated but potentially pivotal characters for Season 4. In the novel, Posey, Araminta's younger daughter, eventually breaks away from her domineering mother. By the end of An Offer from a Gentleman, she decides to leave her toxic family behind and finds a new home with the Bridgertons after Violet invites her to stay. But here's the problem, Posey basically vanishes after that point in the books. Aside from one small mention in a later epilogue, she doesn't return. That feels like a wasted opportunity because her transition from her birth family to her found family with the Bridgertons could offer so much storytelling potential. On the show, Isabella Way is playing Posey, and keeping her around beyond Season 4 could add another layer of warmth and complexity to the Bridgerton household. Imagine how meaningful it would be to see Violet treat Posey like one of her own daughters and treat her like an adopted child. It would not only highlight the theme of chosen family, which Bridgerton has always quietly championed, but it would also contrast Posey's new life with her old one. Posey's arc has the potential to become one of the season's most heartwarming aspects if the show doesn't finish it off quickly enough. Furthermore, keeping Posey around seems like the kind of move that could make audiences fall in love with her, considering how much fans adore characters who develop beyond their circumstances.